What's up guys, it's your Super Players back at it again with another video. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to be subscribed and hit that like button for more of the DBS deck content and other funny things that we do on our channel, including our battles. But it's your host Tony G, and let's get to this profile. This profile is Yamcha. If you guys didn't see it by the thumbnail or right now, it's Yamcha. And if you guys don't know what he does, so he pretty much has auto burst 2, so you must place the top 2 cards of your deck in your drop area to activate the skill. And when this card attacks, draw 1 card. So in order to draw a card, you gotta mill 2 cards. So not necessarily you have to attack your leader, it just means whenever you attack. And when your life is at 4 or less, you may choose up to 2 of your energies and switch them to active mode and flip this card over. So you pretty much reset your energy. And when he's awakened, he has the Fang fist that is about to hit your face. And so we have an auto of sparking 5, and that means you have to have at least 5 or more cards in your drop area. And when this card attacks, draw 1 card, and this card gains critical for duration of the turn. That's an amazing ability. If critical is always where to go, honestly, and they're giving it to red. It's pretty dangerous in my opinion. But this is what makes him such a unique leader in the game right now, and that's why he got top 32 in Nats. And this is what he does, guys. Activate main once per turn. Choose 1 red battle card in your battle area. The chosen battle card can attack battle cards in active mode for duration of the turn. So in this deck, you're gonna have some cards that wanna attack cards in active mode. Not only that, it's gonna hurt your opponent. We're gonna call it the kind of like a burn deck. So yeah, let's get to this deck. So great leader. Those of you guys don't know what he does, there you guys have it. And let's get to this deck profile. So obviously we have to run the 4 Dash Pack promos, the Fortune Teller Baba Earthseer. And what's great about her is that when you play this card, choose up to 1 of your Earthling cards in your leader area or battle area, and it gains 5,000 power for duration of the turn. And what's great about this is when you could either do a your offensive or defensive play step. When you combo with this card from your battle area, draw 1 card and choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards. It gets -5 power for duration of the turn. Not only that, this card is pretty much the 1-drop pan from the starter deck, Crimson Saiyan. No, not Crimson Saiyan. Extreme Evolutions. And she's just way better. So if you guys don't know what Fortune Teller Baba, you need her in an Earthling deck. So you pretty much pump up your leader or any battle card that's Earthling, and your opponent loses 5k, whichever battle card you pick. So it could be those 5-drops that are annoying, or any other 5-drop card that's in the field, or just in general you want to get rid of 5k. This pretty much does it. So this helps you do it. You got to run 4 of these guys. So if you're running a Yamcha deck, you got to have 4 Babas, because this deck is mostly Earthling with an exception of few cards. And so we obviously have the Martial Arts Expert Master Roshi. He's a super combo. We run this guy just because he's sparking 5 and you're gonna have immediately 5 in the drop area, so you want to use this card. And your leader card is red, so you want to be able to use a super combo and draw 1 card effect as soon as possible to pretty much mill out your deck or search out your deck a lot faster. And we run 4 of those tournament pack Yamchas from the new set. This is pretty much the new Goten of the new tournament pack. For pretty much he's the Goten for red. But what's great about this guy is that he searches out Earthling cards, and in this deck, obviously you want to find your Earthling cards first because they're pretty powerful. And pretty much he has the same effect as Goten. If you don't know what the BCC Yellow Goten does, this is what he does. Very similar, but not really. When this card attacks, look up to 3 cards from your top of your deck and choose 1 Earthling card among them and add it to your hand, and then shuffle it. So you add pretty much any card that's Earthling. This includes Super Combo and then maybe Baba or anything that you see, and you add it to your hand. So it just searches your deck, which is an amazing 2-drop, and he's 15k. This guy's amazing. Honestly, you gotta have 4 of these guys. He's so OP. He's a great promo card for at least the Earthling archetype. And we do run 3. I would bump this to 4 just because I don't have 4. I only have 3, but Yamcha at 100%, I would bump this to 4. Let me tell you what this guy does. And once return, burst for 5. Meaning you have to get rid of top 5 cards to your drop area. And if your leader card is red Earthling card, for the duration of the turn, this card gains 6,000 power and can have its attack negated and deals 2 damage to your opponent's life when it KOs an opponent's battle card. And what's great about this deck is that with this deck, you could pretty much make this guy attack active cards. So with your leader's effect, you could attack active cards. Usually they try to save those 5k cards your opponent has in active, and they don't want to get rid of them, so they keep them in obviously active mode, and this guy pretty much runs over it because of this guy's ability. And not only that, you're going to inflict 2 damage to your opponent, so you're burning 2 life to your opponent, and this card's attack can't be negated, so that makes it so OP. So I would say run 4. Because I don't have 4, I'm running 3, and you'll see what changes I made because of that. And so we do run 2 Deadly Defender Krillins. Great battle card. Obviously it's an Earthling card, and what makes this card so great is the fact that when he's in rest mode, he loses 5k, but your opponent can't attack your leader, pretty much. He's a Vegito, but baby Vegito for red, and he becomes barrier, which is amazing. Or he is barrier, which is an amazing card. So it keeps you alive against those aggro decks. This deck might have a little trouble with Storm, just because Storm attacks you like a bazillion times, so you can't really do much about it. But we're going to try to do the best place as fast as possible. So we do run Intensifying Powered Trunks to help you awaken. Great 1-drop. And he does crit, so he gets the 15k when you take a life and add it to your hand. He gets that 10k boost and crit. And obviously he's Earthling, so that helps you search out even more with your Yamcha card. So you'll definitely see those cards pretty quickly. And then we do have Fearless Pan. We run 4 of them. She's a blocker barrier, and when this card is played, choose all of other red leader cards and red battle cards, and they gain 5,000 power and double strike. So she's pretty much a game finisher, and you want to keep her until you start pushing for those that turn kill that you're trying to do. And it's just very phenomenal. The secrecy with this deck with double strike and 5k boost is amazing. I can see why this deck topped at Nats. And then we do have Glory Obsess, Prince of Destruction Vegeta. And what makes this card great is that if your leader card is red, this card can attack battle cards that are inactive. So this guy pretty much runs over cards, because once per turn when this card attacks, battle cards switch this card to active, and it gains 10,000 power for duration of the battle. So pretty much you attack, restands, and he's 25. So they can't Shigesh pop you. It's a powerful card. And we do run 3 Digging Deep Vegeta, so just in case you don't find your Trunks quickly enough, this will help you awaken. And not only that, you take 2 lives, and this guy pretty much restands to active and gets the 10k or 5k boost, and you swing for 2 attacks pretty much with this guy. So it's a powerful card. I run 3, and I don't think you need more than that because of your Trunks. And obviously, since we have the 1-drop, you gotta run Chain Attack Trunks, one of the best cards in the game, and it still is. You can evolve on top of your 1-drop for 2 red energies. And obviously, when you play this card, choose up to one of your battle cards with the power of 15,000 or less and play it. So you can pretty much play any of your 15,000 or less battle cards from your hand. Because of this guy's effect, when you play him, you get to play it for free. And so we do have another 15k, which is another guy that you should run, is Terror Assault Frost, just because this guy gets rid of anything that's barrier. A lot of decks are running the new Deadly Defenders. Every color has one. So this card pretty much runs over that and gets rid of it, because when this card attacks a battle card, KO that card after the battle. Then your opponent's leader card has 10,000 power or less, inflict 1 damage to your opponent. And this is just a phenomenal card in this deck. It's just so aggressive. And because your leader lets you attack active cards, he becomes even a bigger threat. So you get rid of those problematic cards that they like to keep active. Like imagine they keep those cells, or even those 4-drop, I think, or 3-drop. What is it? The new cell chain, I think, is Android Super 17. Get rid of that because they'll want to keep it inactive. So that helps you there. And then we do run 3 Pride and Justice Topo. You can play this card for 2 energies if your leader card is awakened or your opponent's leader card is awakened. It's a phenomenal card, and when this card KOs a battle card, switch it to active. And like I said, this guy pretty much lets you do that, lets you attack active cards, and he pretty much clears an entire board. I don't know. Pride and Justice Topo is an amazing card. Yeah, he costs 2 energies maybe, but he gets rid of an entire board sometimes. So I'd say play 3 of these guys. I wouldn't run 4, but 3 is the perfect number. And then since we have Chain Attack, we need to run Chain Attack Zeno. Zeno, the Playing God. This pretty much nukes the entire field and restarts the game state. You both draw 5 cards, and this card is a phenomenal card. And it just gets rid of those problematic cards that are barrier. And if they have a huge board, because we don't really have a lot of removal because it's a very aggressive deck, we run Zeno because of that. So you add up you give a lot of hand power to your opponent, so you just restart that board. And moving on to the extra cards, After Image is one of the best negates for at least red aggro decks. If your leader card's red, you get to choose up to one of your cards, and it gains 40,000 power for duration of the battle. So imagine if they're going for Victory Strike, you do this, you play it, and then you get 40k boost just like that. Usually they'll bump it to like maybe, I don't know, what is it, 110, 120. And not only that, they lose 10,000 power for duration of the turn. So this guy's just a phenomenal card. Helps you survive attacks, and it's a 40k buff, so pretty much your leader goes to 55 with 1 card. And then we run 2 Planet M2s. That's all you need, because whenever you attack, you put this card in rest mode, and your opponent loses 5k, and you can do those combos with Frost, so they could get killed, and you make them burn you burn them to death. So this deck pretty much revolves on burn damage. And not only that, it's still aggressive enough to inflict double strikes to your opponent. And there you guys have it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about the deck. I think Yamcha is one of the most underrated leaders. I think it's very powerful. Let me know in the comment section what you guys would add. What would you take out? But there you guys have it. From your host, Tony G. Y'all stay super.